welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well. I had this idea, this might be too TMI, in the shower. I have all my good ideas, well, what I think are good ideas in the shower. Sorry if that's too much information. But I'm sure I've seen it around YouTube, but I thought I would talk about my top 5 ride or die makeup products. So 5 makeup products that I would be really sad to be without, and that I kind of constantly keep in my collection. They're things that I rebuy if they run out. So yeah, let's jump on in. So the first product in my top 5 ride or die makeup products is the MAC Full Coverage Foundation. I have been through so many of these, it's not even funny, over the years. I've been using this, oh god, Rosie. Sorry, Rosie's giving out. There's men working next door and Rosie's giving out to them. But we'll keep going regardless. Yeah, I've been using this for probably, dare I say, 10 years. And obviously it's a cream foundation in compact form. I don't use it as foundation. If you've been watching my videos for the last little while, you've probably seen me use this in every video as concealer. It's as the name would suggest, it's a full coverage foundation, so it covers everything pretty much. For me, it's too full coverage to use as foundation, but I find it fantastic for covering blemishes or anywhere that kind of the foundation hasn't quite covered enough for me, like so any redness or imperfections. It lasts really, really well. It's really thick. I like to blend it out with a sponge, or it works with your fingertips as well. But this is nearly empty and I will buy it again, no questions asked. It deserves a place in my top 5. This is in the shade NC20, that's just what I get, and that works for me, but I bloody love it. So staying on the theme of makeup bases, I need to add in a foundation, and obviously I've used many a foundation throughout the years, and there is ones that I really, really love, but I would say this was a hard decision, but I think the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte would be my ride or die foundation. I have about 5 in front of me here on my makeup vanity that I kind of use sporadically, but this is one that I just need to have in my collection or I feel funny. It's not out very long, so I've only been using it for maybe a year or so, but it just does what I need it to do, so it's always there, it's always reliable. I actually, when I first got this, I didn't think I liked it, and then it got kind of put in the back of my makeup collection, and then I pulled it out randomly one of the days and I used it again and I just couldn't get over it. It has great coverage without looking too cakey. I wouldn't call it a matte foundation, I would call it a more satin foundation, and it just lasts really well on my skin and it kind of fills in pores, which I have a lot of enlarged pores. It just does what it's supposed to do really, and I always kind of go back to it. If I'm going for a night out or whatever, I'll use this, or I'll mix it with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light, which I really love as well, but I like the finish of this better, so sometimes I kind of just mix them together. But yeah, if I was having to pick one foundation out of all my foundations at this minute in time, the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte would be it. So next up on my ride or die makeup roundup is mascara, and I am very picky about mascara. I like to use waterproof mascara because I have straight lashes and I need something to hold the curl. I want kind of a mixture of volume and length. I would waver on more volume, but I have quite short lashes, so a little bit of length doesn't go amiss. And I have 2, I could only narrow it down to 2 in my collection, so apologies, there is 2 in this, so I'm kind of cheating a little bit. But one of them is fairly new to me, and then another one I've been using for years. So the first one is the Scandal Queen Fairy Drops Waterproof Mascara. I bought this randomly on Cult Beauty. I just saw it there and I had to try it because I've seen so much talk about it online, and it doesn't disappoint. It's probably the best mascara I've ever used. It has a funny bubble wand. I have a whole blog post on this, so I'll link it down below. But it just gives the perfect amount of length. It has fibres in it, so it gives volume as well. It stays put, it doesn't budge. You can use it on your bottom lashes, you get no smudging. It's not too much of a bitch to take off. You can take it off with like an oil eye makeup remover, and it works pretty well. But it's, and look at the packaging. That alone would make me buy it, not gonna lie. I will say that it dries out pretty quickly. Like, I've had this a few months now and it's starting to clump up, which I'm kind of disappointed about. But I will definitely be repurchasing this because I don't think I can be without it. And then I have another mascara favourite, and this one is on the way cheaper spectrum. This the Fairy Drops is about 25 quid, I want to say, or so, from Cult Beauty. But this one is, I think, about a fiver. So this is the Catrice Glam and Doll Volume Waterproof Mascara. And this stuff is just bloody brilliant. If you want length, if you want it to keep a curl, and you like a waterproof mascara, this is the one for you. Especially if you haven't got a lot of money to spare. Again, I have a blog post on this, so I'll link it down below. It has a plastic wand, whereas the other one has like a bristle wand, and it's kind of conical shaped, but it just does a fantastic job. I have it on my eyelids. I have it on today just to kind of show one of them at least in action, because I'm always brutal. I'd be talking about products and then I don't even have them on me. But now I will say I don't use this necessarily on my bottom lashes. It doesn't last as long, but on the top it's not a bother. There's no smudging or anything like that. And as I said, it's like a fiver. I will constantly buy this. I will always have at least one of these tubes in my drawer, and I just love it. So my fourth ride or die makeup choice is one of these Bourjois, when I get the name right, Rouge Edition Velvets. These are probably my favourite liquid lipsticks, and they're probably one of the longest serving on the market as well. They're just fantastic. They last really well. They're super pigmented. They dry down matte, but they don't feel like flaky or dry on the lips, and they last a really long time. But I have one in particular that I just always have. I've gone through, I think, 2 or 3 of these. And this is the shade Pink Pong. And it's just my perfect pink in liquid lipstick form. This colour just makes me happy. It's like a blue toned fuchsia pink, and I don't have it on because I'm an idiot. But like, if I had to pick a lipstick to kind of keep forever and get rid of all the other ones, I think this would be it. Because you can wear it, like, you can wear it with a lot of makeup, or you can wear it with no makeup, and it just kind of jazzes up a look and makes things look a bit more interesting. And it's not too expensive. I think these are about 10 or 12 quid in Boots, and they're constantly coming out with new shades, and they have a new formula. I know they have a souffle formula as well, but I personally, this is the one for me. This just floats my boat, really. And the colour alone, it reminds me a lot of kind of Girl About Town by MAC, which is probably my favourite MAC lipstick. So you can see there's a theme going here. This is just a colour that I gravitate towards, but this lasts way longer, and you don't really get like, if you're having a drink or whatever, it doesn't kind of transfer onto cups or straws or anything like that. So it's great for a night out, and you don't need to reapply it too much either. It lasts really well throughout the night. So yeah, my ride or die lipstick is the Rouge Edition Velvet in Pink Pong, and I love it. My last ride or die product, or products, sorry, I'm cheating a little bit again, but these are Go Hair blending brushes. My eyeshadow would look a lot worse without these in my life. I use them for everything. I use them for packing on colour, I use them for blending out, I use them for blending concealer in, and I just bloody love them. These are a few that I have. I always have like 5 or 6 on the go at one time. This is the Debs Nima brush. This is an Irish brand. This is another Irish brand. This is the Blank Canvas E26. I have a couple of them. And then the OG, kind of where it all began, the MAC 217. These are just something that I think every kind of person who enjoys applying makeup, or even if you don't enjoy applying makeup, these will make your makeup life way easier. Like, if anyone ever asks me what kind of brushes to recommend, I will always say a Go Hair blending brush. They just do everything, and I love them. So there you have it, my top 5 makeup ride or die products. I keep on saying beauty products, but it's strictly makeup. I will maybe do beauty down the line if it's something that might interest you. As always, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Bye bye.